Howdy and aloha, everyone. It's James with Mana Talk. It is May the 10th, 2025. And I have a little message for everyone. Anybody that wants to travel across the globe, anybody that wants to just get away, this is especially for illegal immigrants in the United States. And I think you're going to enjoy this.
Today I signed an executive order to launch the first ever self-deportation program for illegal aliens. We are making it as easy as possible for illegal aliens to leave America. Any illegal alien can simply show up at an airport and receive a free flight out of our country. We have also launched a phone app called CBP Home. That's CBP Home, where illegals can book a free flight to any foreign country. As long as it's not here, you can go anywhere you want. We're also adding a very important CBP Home. We have also launched a phone app called CBP Home. That's CBP Home, where illegals can book a free flight to any foreign country. As long as it's not here, you can go anywhere you want.
You know what? Tahiti. I mean, wouldn't you want to go? I mean, anywhere. I mean, the guy's China. You can go to China. You can go to India. Pick wherever you want. I don't think they give a fuck. All I know. All right, so let's let him finish.
We're also adding a very important exit bonus for illegals to further incentivize their self-deportation. This deportation bonus will save American taxpayers billions and billions of dollars.
Here's a little chump change. Here's a little chump change for you while you're on your way to Tahiti or Easter Island. I know you don't want to go to El Salvador. Maybe just want to go home. You know that the UK will take you. You can go to you know what? All of you go to the UK. They'll take you in with France especially. France especially. They'll fucking take you in. Go to Europe. There you go. Just go to Europe.
What
And some chump change. Trump change.
Biden did to this country can never be explained, will never, ever be accepted.
No, I've explained it. Many people have explained it. It's just, you don't need to say that because we know that the illegitimate Biden administration that actually was the insurrection and used J6 protesters to darken the skies for the backdrop for Trump, which worked really well. But we all know and have proof of the information of what's going on. Stop the Steal had all the information. I'm not hearing anyway.
Eventually, when the illegals are gone, it will save us trillions of dollars. However, if illegal aliens choose to remain in America, they're remaining illegally and they will face severe consequences. Illegal aliens who stay in America face punishments including significant jail time, enormous financial penalties, confiscation of all property, garnishment of all wages, imprisonment and incarceration, and sudden deportation in a place and manner solely of our discretion. So,
at their discretion, not a good idea. I'm just saying, if you want to be apprehended or run, they're going to find you. Somebody's going to narc on you. Somebody's going to say, there's actually a plan already. I'm just saying, there's going to be a bounty, a finder's fee, a toll-free number coming out soon if you have information in regards to anybody, illegal aliens, and if they're part of the cartel / gangs, or if they're known terrorists, there might be a little bonus. I'm just saying. You guys, you know what? They don't get it. The Demoncrats don't get it, and the problem is they didn't get it when they started the script in 2019. When they all said and came together at Event 201, CladX, and a bunch of other events, and they decided that, you know what? We need to make our globalist masters happy. So what we're going to do is we're going to create this fake flu, and we're going to destroy the United States by first rigging the 2020 election as much as possible. And the fluvid-19 is going to help us because it's going to prolong the counting and give us time to maneuver and manufacture and reorganize ballots and paperwork and voting and all this other shit, which happened. And then we're going to create this illusion, this giant theater of fear, and get people, because our masters want to get rid of 2/3 of the planet, and we're just following their orders. 2/3 of the planet's population, and they want to hoard the rest for themselves. And nobody's getting this, which is, well, some are. Actually, some understand what this gigantic end game plan is. But in this particular situation, as Trump is saying, let me just go back up. What's going on? Oh, what just happened? Wait a second. Why is this doing this? Expand. It's just going all over the place now. For fuck's sakes. I don't know what just happened. I have no idea what just happened. Now it's on something totally fucking different. YouTube, they hate me. I'm telling you. They're afraid of me. Alright, here we go. What the hell is going on there? I just played that. There it is right there. Whitney Webb is trying to... Okay.
Today I signed an executive order to launch the first ever self-deportation. It will save us trillions of dollars. However, if illegal aliens choose to remain in America, they're remaining illegally and they will face severe consequences. Illegal aliens who stay in America face punishments including significant jail time, enormous financial penalties, confiscation of all property, garnishment of all wages, imprisonment and incarceration, and sudden deportation in a place and manner solely of our discretion.
Ooh.
So to all illegal aliens who book your free flight right now, we want you out of America, but if you're really good, we're going to try and help you get back in.
What?
We're going to try and help you get back in.
Wait, what do you say?
Want you out of America, but if you're really good, we're going to try and help you get back in. Thank you.
They're going to vet people. I think they're going to find... Look, I don't... See, the Democrats just don't get any of this. The Director of National Intelligence is Tulsi Gabbard. The FBI is Kash Patel. The Pete Hegseth. I mean, everybody that's anybody in the most powerful departments or cabinets of the planet have access to fucking everything. They see everything. They know everything. They can dig deep on anything and everybody. I don't think the Demoncrats know what's about to happen. And I don't think they'll be around, quite honestly, at about mid-2026. It could take a little longer, but there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out that they're just going to not be able to defend themselves with. It's just going to be that bad. They're not going to have an answer. They're going to be running. There's going to be flight risks. There'll probably be some, I mean, real suicides, not suicides, Hillary Clinton style suicides, right? And Hesh kind of situations. It's going to be nasty. And they're going to implode like a giant sinkhole off the Malibu cliffs, which are pretty bad. It'll suck up a bunch of really nice cars. They just don't get it. They don't know what the fuck is. Look, you had your chance with this charade, Demoncrats and Rhipiglians, that kind of helped. You know, Liz Cheney's, the fucking Tom Tuttle's, the fucking Lindsey Graham's, and Mitch McConnell's, and all these fuckheads, and now idiot Mike Johnson just continues to just stall. The guy he's gonna have to step down. MTG, man, I want MTG because I wanted Matt Gaetz, but he's senator anyway. Yeah, I want Marjorie Taylor Greene or definitely MTG. She's where I want. Everything she says, I'm good. She's fucking good. That's it. It's just really sad and pathetic. And I think they see the end coming. They just don't know it yet. And the only thing that they're doing now is doubling down, tripling down on their same message on how we need cross-dressing men in the military. You know, betas and charlies and deltas and foxtrots. I mean, just a bunch of fucking foxtrots that are, that's F, if you're wondering. But we need alphas. If I'm going to have anybody in the fire department, if I'm going to have anybody in the police department, to protect me and my family and the community, or same thing with the firemen, and especially with the military, to protect this country from all the friends we've made for the past, however long, hundreds of years. I want alphas. I want real alphas. Sane, ethical, decent alphas that can fucking protect and stand on the wall. Right? That know that behind them, they're saving families, children, religions. They're saving groups of people. They're saving everybody. Even they'll protect the weirdos and the mentally ill and all this other. It's out there. There's nothing you can do. It's just, look, you're gonna have people that have problems. And a lot of people out there have more problems than a lot of other people. And a lot of these are self-induced, right? But when you have the worst food being fed to you your entire life, and your body, if you look at it, has just this flappiness to it, I'm going to tell you, it's probably due to what you've been fed by your parents and your village. And it could affect your thinking. The water you drink, right? It's just the poison in the foods has been destroying minds and bodies and systems and our internal systems for so long. And we need to make sure that, and that's why I'm for Maha. I'm not sure about his new picks for whatever he's doing. I know his Vice President Shindanera, whatever. Anyway, doesn't like the new Attorney General. Not the Inspector General, but the Surgeon General, right? Casey Means, I think her name is. Anyway, not a gigantic resume, but this is who they chose. They're concerned. People are concerned about it. She is into holistic and natural medicines and all this other stuff, which this could be the golden age of it. People are so trained. Demoncratic supporters, Rhipiglican supporters, they're so trained and indoctrinated. And this is the thing about me, is that I always leave, and this is for pretty much everything, I don't sleep with the door fully closed. I just don't. I always leave a window, well, not a window crack, but, because it gets pretty fucking cold around here. And, you never know. You got to be safe. But I make sure that I do not put all my eggs into one basket. All my bags into one egg skate. You get what I'm saying? It's just, I like what Trump is doing so far. He's doing everything I'd like him to do. A lot of people are kind of pissed off at the speed of which he's doing it, but we need to understand the ginormous amount of damage that this past illegitimate administration has done to this country is going to take some time. And these people will be outed pretty soon. They will be charged pretty soon. They're going for the low-hanging fruit, and I'm telling you, the way it is when it comes to crimes, when it comes to the police, when it comes to doing investigations, you go after the low-hanging fruit, which always leads you to the mother lode eventually, because people talk, and it's just the way it works. It's just the way it is. If anybody right now believes that Trump is just doing the wrong things for the country, then I don't know. Then you've probably had your fifth or sixth booster. That's basically what's going on. There's still a few people out there that, and rightfully so, believe the Democrats and the Republicans are bad. I agree. I've been there. I'm an independent. George Washington warned us, the bane of the demographics of party. He basically said it's not a good idea. We should just have people from each state that people vote for that are doing what the majority of people need them to do. That's democracy. Not trying to lock up one guy and failing at it. Literally. This was interesting. Oh, hey, look. I'll be on Monitor Talk tonight. I pointed out, even though the tee box at the golf driving range we've moved up by 40 yards, hit the back net, made my day. Sure fucking did. Something weird about, let me see what else. I'm going to talk about this, by the way. I'm going to do a tire show at Hawaii Lore, probably Monday night. And I'm going to start talking about the blood quantum and all this other stuff of Hawaii and the Department of Hawaiian Homelands and the gigantic scam that's been happening fucking forever. There's some other stuff in here. There's Andrew Kaufman. There's my future wife, Leonardi Joni. Hoping, just trying. Yeah, gotta throw it out there. Maybe she'll take the bait. Yeah, no. I don't want to catfish you. I'm just saying. Yeah, the whole 9/11. There's some good stuff in here. Ooh, what's this?
And this is it. This is exactly why I will never take any of these people seriously. I don't know how you sleep at night. I would not do your job. I do not like it. So people can literally call your company and get a bunch of paid actors, if you will, to stand up there, hold signs, and scream on the street corner, because that's what your company does.
It's number one, it's not actors. We're providing activists who are truly engaged with the cause, right?
But are they? I just showed you a video of a guy going, I don't even know why I'm here. They got signs and they got sheets and they said, go say this and talk to cameras and hold signs.
It's challenging for them to get sufficient turnout to a lot of these events. Compensating people, just like Dan, you're compensated for hosting your program. These are your real views on this program, but you're compensated. Our
I am, but I...
Admitting. This is admitting that the Democratic Party, and this isn't the only agency, by the way, this completely admitting this guy right here. I gotta back this up. Hang on. Just say, okay, let me just pause it here.
This is it. This is exactly why I will never take any of these people seriously.
You can't.
I don't know how you...
Yeah. So what that is, just so we're straight, this agency is the Crisis Actor Agency. That's not the name of it, but it's just an agency like many throughout the country, especially in Hollywood, that will bring in actors to go to protests. They've never done it for Republicans. That's it. They've created a giant business along with USAID, or this giant money laundering scam, to pay actors and bus them in. This is real. This guy admits it, and he's one of the owners, and there's a bunch of others. It's already been proven. Here's the fucking weird part. Here's the total lunacy part. Is even they're saying it's actually happening, and even though there's proof of people there was one guy who was on fentanyl just bent over with us holding onto a sign. You know, the fentanyl bend over. I don't know if you've fucking seen it. It's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life for a human to go through that shit. But that's what he did. He got paid. Went out and bought himself some fentanyl, and then he fucking just held a sign, and he made it, and he showed up and got paid. And he was just sit there kind of bent over upside down in a sense, standing with his head. It's just sickening just to watch. And there's a bunch of other people, and they've interviewed them, and they don't know why the fuck they're there. It's not staged. This is an actual guy who fucking holds a gun. It's crazy. It's amazing that there's actual people that still believe that the Democratic Party gives a flying fart about them. They don't. What happened in 2008? 2009? I think it was like close to 2009, 2010. Around Barack Obama had the House and the Senate. He was POTUS. Did they codify Roe versus Wade? No. Did they raise the federal national wage? No. Did they make sure college was for free forever with Congress? No. They didn't do. You know what they gave you? The biggest fucking ripoff, Obamacare. It's Obamacare was created just to make sure that you'll be billed. That's it. They know how you're going to use it. They know how you're going to abuse it. They just know that you're going to be billed forever. And people are going to pay, and some people are going to pay. It was a giant scam for like 8 or just certain fucking carriers. They kept the middlemen, they kept the in-between men, and all the other fuckers involved. You got to watch Dr. Shiva. He explains the whole fucking thing, and so have other people in the past. The medical health insurance industry has just been bullshit. It's just been a giant scam for us for a long time. Trump's not even there yet. Wait, because it's coming. He's not even there yet. It's going to come. You're going to find that your health care is going to be extremely less and more expensive. Maybe these tariffs could take care of some of our hospital. But the goal for MAGA is to make you healthier so you don't see the hospital. I would like to see the fucking hospitals turned into little outhouses, quite honestly. I mean, you're going to have surgeries, you have to have births, but, there's... how did women give birth on the island of Hawaii 300 years ago? Right? How did they give birth 1,000 years ago? Right? Was there all these lights and beds and all? No. Some of them were done aquatically. Some of them were done in a different fashion, different... anyway, I'm not going to get all into that. But what I am going to say is the Demoncrats and their supporters they don't want to get it. And sadly, a lot of them are fucking crisis actors. It's right here. And they still don't get why they're losing. Yeah, I was going to show you. There's this. I don't know if I can find it. I probably won't be able to find it. But I think it was an Instagram. No. Let me see. I think it's here. Wait. Oh, here. Is this right here? No, is it Rebecca? Somebody. I clearly stated Health Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has downplayed the deadly spread and promoted a range of unproven treatments. Measles cases in the U.S. hit 1,000. When I was a kid, everybody had fucking the measles. Everybody had the measles when I was a kid. If you had the measles, you were sent home, and that was it. So I clearly stated the Huffington Post is owned by the same people that have been methodically killing you for decades. Those same people, just so you know, are part of the pharmaceutical industry. And her big comeback here, Chia Chaisi, I think she's Polynesian, or wants to be, says, what a loser. I don't, because I'm trying to tell you of the obvious fact that it's just crazy. And here's the saddest part. And I'm going to say this because I've said it a bunch of times. The Hawaiian blue state of Hawaii, most of those people are so meek, so malleable, like putty, like clay. Like, not even clay, like putty, many of them. It's like, messing with a s'more, right? A marshmallow or a kind of a warm marshmallow. Compliant and obedient. And fucking, it's terrible. I can say, well, I'm going to just say, well, how many boosters have you had? Right? I'm just going to ask. And she's going to, you're fucking loser. She's going to say, I've had all of them and I'm super healthy. Okay. Sure. Zoom out yearly numbers. Okay, what is going on? Take the Republicans to understand that this will start knocking on doors, right? Because they're immune. Oh, the propaganda said, and how many of you fall for it? Yeah, this guy's right. I'm just amazed. Look, that's all she reads is a Huffington Post. It's sad. All she reads is the Huffington Post. Oh, she's got an American flag. Why? I'd rather be an American than a Trump supporter. Okay. That makes no sense either. And then, of course, she's got Saturday Night Live on. Picture of Bernie, the sheep herder. And it's all this. I was where this woman is at. in 2016, and then I started to understand why they were going after this guy that they praised and loved so dearly, when all of a sudden he decides to run for president of the United States. And then it hit me. I go, why are these people fucking hating this guy right now? What the fuck did he do? Okay, and it's very simple. He's not part of that deep state. He's not part of that duopoly. He's not part of the congressional oligarchy. He's not. He's not part of the military-industrial complex. He's not part of big pharma. He's not part of a lot of that shit. Yeah, too much, not too much on the military, but I think he's doing some other things with the military. And she thinks she's just really American. I that's good. You know what? I want her to have her opinion. She's American. That's good. Oh, Punahou. There it is. Barack Obama went to Punahou, and I think I played basketball with him one time at a scrap game. We were just running it when I was playing for the University of Hawaii, redshirted linebacker, and I think he was playing out there. And I distinctly remember, hey, these guys from Punahou, and we played. I used to play all the time in the gym at Manoa campus. Back when I was dunking. Two-handed dunk, baby. 6'1.5", 6'2", almost 6'2". And I was a dunking. Yeah. I was there, Gia. I was there. I don't know what to tell you. You know, it's just... I've explained it a bazillion times on this show, Monotalk, and my other channels. And I've gone over the hypocrisy of the Democratic Party, the criminality of the Democratic Party, and some of the Republicans. I've gone over just a plethora of insurmountable, unequivocal evidence and proof that they are compromised to the fullest extent. And they don't give a fuck. I just told you. Barack Obama had the chance. He could have fucking did it. He could have just done so much, but he didn't. Bernie Sanders came in twice, and I was fooled by him twice. I walked the streets of Huntington Beach, California, got blisters passing out his flyers, and then he bends over in 2015, 2016 at the convention and says, oh, here, give it to me. No, give it to Hillary. I'm not even going to challenge it. I was like, what the fuck did you just do? And then he tried it again, and he shepherded everybody and just pulled out his entire... I proved, and it's in here. It's in this channel where I proved that Fareed Zakar, I think it was one of his managers and all his other campaign managers, were all stacked by John Kerry and not Dennis Kucinich, but the guy who used to be the governor for Nevada, Dennis something. Anyway, and Nancy Pelosi. He used to say Nancy Pelosi is fucking this and that, but it was all theater. I just showed you. It's all theater. They don't give a fuck. Tell me what they've done. Except for have transgender parties at the White House. Ukraine. They give billions and billions of dollars. Well, they could have done it for who? What could they have done with that money? I don't know how to tell you this, but you've been fucking totally played. Gia. And most of the people in all the blue states, you've just been fucking played. You've been fooled beyond belief. And like I've said, it's harder to prove to somebody that they've been fooled than it is to fool them. It's some kind of I guess it was a quote from Mark Twain, right? I think so. Yeah. And the thing is, but everyone, it's a great quote because it's real. It's proving to be real. It's proving to, and it sucks, man. These people are just fucking. It's just terrible. They're not who they claim to be. They never have been. They never have been who they claim to be. There's nothing I can do for you. All right? There's nothing I can do for you. There's really nothing I can do for you. You know, I don't like everything on Fox. I don't like everything on Tim Pool. I don't like everything on, a lot of the shows out there from the Republicans. But for sure, I don't like any on the fucking Democratic side because they are working for the globalists. That's way over your head now. That's way over Gia's head. That's just boop. She's not going to get any of that. And if she wants to, she's more than welcome to ask. And I'll send her the information and she can do it. She can do the studies. I've got tons of information for her to understand that there's a handful of gazillionaires, globalist, predator class type sick fucks that are pulling the strings of the Democratic Party and a few Republicans, for sure. And most of the countries across the world, most of the government officials across the world. It's kind of been like this for a while, but it's been really bad because since 2001, 9/11, when all of a sudden Donald Rumsfeld, the day before, can't find $2.3 trillion. No, we can't find it. Well, and you know what? The only place we could have found the paper trail was at the Pentagon. Oh, at the place that was struck. What a fucking coincidental bummer that is. Just crazy, man. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And a lot of stuff going on. But that's when they were starting to really fill the pockets of the globalists. Is they started using all this money, and the average amount that's now been going to the military-industrial complex for the past fucking almost 25 years, right? Almost 25 fucking years now. Is it's around $750 to $800 billion per year. When it started, it was like 400 billion, then it got more. 500, it's just been fucking more and more and more over time as time has gone by. A lot of that money has gone to the globalists that have designed all this stuff. Okay, the people that have designed all this stuff, the extremely rich and powerful, and I'm telling you, they're out there. They're disgusting. They don't need your money. They don't need you. They don't want you around. You're in their way. Like Trump said, they're not after me. They're after you. I am just in the way. That could not be a bigger indicator or neon sign in front of your face. It's just saying, basically, he's trying to stop them. Because he knows the United States is the last stronghold. If you take away the guns, we're fucked. And yeah, I get it. There's fucking military out there that can do a lot of damage. But you know what? 300,000, 250 million people armed it's not going to be an easy task if we're invaded or if internally, domestically, or internationally. It's not going to be an easy task. And this is the way Hitler did it. This is the way Young Ming did. This is the way all these tyrannical, authoritarian, communistic countries did it. They take away the guns. So now you have nothing. Here's the thing. And here's a scenario I want you to think about. Okay? The pedo class can corrupt. That's true, Jordan. Thank you for being here, buddy. There's a room. in this room, there are two people, right? One person is bigger and stronger than the other person. And the other person, maybe a female or just not as strong and doesn't know anything and maybe is paraplegic. I'm not, just completely weaker, right? But they have hands and the person can think and speak. Both of them can think and speak, but one has the advantage. Now, who do you think in that room is going to have freedom of speech the most? The fucking stronger person. Now, what if you gave the person that's weaker a gun? Now who has all the freedom of speech in that room? Who? You can say whenever they want, whenever they want, however they want to say it. Right? All of a sudden, the big, strong guy, girl, whatever, can't compete with that. So guess who gets to speak and say whatever they want, how they want, whenever they want, as much as they want to win? Who? The tables have totally turned. Right? So it's always unfair in some way. Until, and this is why China has a giant military. This is why Russia has a giant military. This is why India is building a giant military, and Japan has a military, and Germany still has a military, and Italy and the UK, blah, 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 and the giant militaries across the world. Do you know why? Do you know why? They have their militaries because those two people in that room, if they both have a gun, they might have an intelligent conversation, or they'll fucking kill themselves. But we always have to hope, we have to pray, and we have to be eager to believe that we have enough sense not to pull the trigger if somebody says something you don't like. Right? Because our actions, DEI, speak louder than our words or what we are, or what we look like. Skin, color, how we're dressed, whatever. It's your actions, the content of your character. And this is what the fucking Democrats don't get. They just don't want to get it. They don't want to fucking understand any of that. It's you know, I'm not perfect. I've fucked up. I'm not, you know, everybody has their problems and they've done the wrong things and the right things and the great things, but you got to keep trying to be a better person. I mean, it's a constant battle for some people, right? I can tell you there's some people that I've encountered in my life that it's a constant battle. They have to try to be sweet and nice and compassionate and empathetic. You know, they have to. It's like it's hard for them to do. And there's people out there like that. Maybe Gia's one of them. I don't know. I hope not. She seemed, just by looks, she seemed like a pretty rational person. But sadly, there are people that the mainstream media can easily manipulate. And they've been doing it for a long time. Ever since, was it Gutenberg or Gutenberg or some Berg who created the printing press? Once the elite, and you've got to watch Robert Corbett because he speaks about this, the Corbett Report, not the guy at night that's full of shit, the late night talk show host. Robert Corbett has this whole course where you learn the course, and he talks about the printing press and how once the elite, the predator elite that have always been around for ages and ages, knew that you could, if you put it in writing, more people will believe it, right? You hear this book, this bombshell book's coming out, and I'm telling you, it's going to reveal a lot of stuff, but it could just be a bunch of hyperbole. Could be just bullshit, right? Just saying, Doge isn't doing great right now because they haven't released the receipts, which they can't yet. Don't get excited. Be patient. They have to put everything in order because when the gavel comes down, it needs to be solid. So you're going to have to wait. Okay, fellow MAGA people. Which I'm just saying. So in regards to information coming out, the elite knew. They definitely knew that they could pass out flyers, get you excited about the party, right? Just like you were when you were a kid or younger, and this flyer got passed out. Hey, man, there's a big party going on this weekend down over here. That used to happen a lot, especially in Huntington Beach, California, and Honolulu, Hawaii, and places I used to hang out. Yeah. Those flyers would pop around, and people just show up out of nowhere. Hundreds and hundreds, just gigantic parties. But somebody told you and gave you that information first. You read it. It was passed out. It was advertised. It was marketed. And you went and did the thing. Just like they've been doing now. Just like they tell you about the measles right now. Just about how they told you about fluvid-19, a.k.a. the coronavirus. Right? Yeah. I'm telling you. It's not really about money. It helps. It's a perk for them to keep making their gazillions of dollars through wars and through coup wars and made up wars and wars of racket. You know, Smedley Butler, look it up. I mean, that book's been around for like 50, 60 years. Probably longer than that. Smedley Butler, that book's been around for like 80 years. War is a racket. Look it up. And Pearl Harbor, by the way, was financed by the same banks on both sides. Right? Vietnam, the War of Tonkin, didn't even fucking happen. Just look it up. 9/11, Building 7. How did it come down at 5:20 p.m. at night? All by itself. It's a mile away from everything else. Just boop, comes down. Yeah. Interesting, isn't it? There's just so much. There's just, and it's hard for people to wrap their, see, for me, here it is. Here's the thing for me. I've been following this stuff for a long time. I'm not a theory follower. I don't say conspiracy anymore because they've turned into spoiler alerts more recently. They've turned into theories that have come to fruition. Absolutely. So now I'll just say, hey, this seems like it's feasible, or this could have happened, right? And then I'll let it sit there, and all of a sudden, boop, it happens. Bing! Just all of a sudden, there it is. Because connecting these dots isn't hard to do. It's just I've been doing it for a long time. So all the information that I have in my head, which a lot of people that watch this that have the same information that I have, and I provide it to them on Facebook, on Twitter, /X, my Instagram, right? I do this for my kids. I do this for my kids. I do it for their kids. I do it for my community. I do it for my neighbor. I want people to be able to be free. I want it to be the 70s again, honestly. 70s were fucking awesome. 70s were fucking awesome. I don't care what anybody says. If you lived in the 70s, fucking awesome, dude. Right? It was just fucking, it was fun. It was a fun time for a lot of people. We were tough. We were strong. We did whatever the fuck we want. Our parents said, you get out of the fucking house in the morning. You may have watched an hour and a half, maybe, of cartoons in the morning, Saturday morning cartoons. After that, you were gone. After that, you were gone. You wouldn't come home until the street lights were on. And you were just everywhere and anywhere. You could have been 5 miles away. You could have been fucking 2 miles away. Or you could have been around the corner. But you weren't sitting in the house playing fucking Call of Duty. You were out moving and grooving and doing things and staying busy and having fun building forts and jumps and, BB gun fights, and dirt clod fights, and just all kinds of crazy fun stuff. It was just fun. There were some rough times, though, for our parents, especially with Vietnam. That was just coming to a close, too. Look, it's real simple. I don't know. I'm not trying to convince you to think how I think or to be how I be. But I am asking you just to crack the door open a little bit. You know, don't put yourself in that cage. You know, and I've been in that cage that you're in with the Demoncratic Party. I've been there. I've seen it, and nothing has fucking happened. They've done nothing. Look at what they've done. Nothing. And now we're hearing about all the money they've been stealing for a long fucking time. Especially in the past 3.5, 4 years. Done. Pretty crazy. This country is probably trillions in debt, beyond trillions in debt. Hopefully we can. Absolutely. No, we know that. That's obvious. That's pretty obvious. Just letting you know, Jordan. I'm just telling you. Okay. By the way, listen, I'm going to be going pretty soon. I always appreciate Jordan stopping by. Thank you, sir. I just want to say to everybody out there that is paying attention, okay, especially Gia Chaisa, who, this patriotic Polynesian woman, it seems like, try to just, it's just so hard, like I said, to try to prove to them that they've been fooled than it is to fool them. It's so fucking hard. And I'm not going to try. I'm not going to send her a bunch of shit. I'm just going to say you're being played. If you want more information about how you're being played, let me know. You know, maybe I should just I should create this sticker. You've been fucking played. If you want to know how, let me know. That's it. And I'll send you a video, or I'll send you. I've got tons of information everywhere. It's kind of overwhelming, honestly. It's overwhelming with the amount of information that I have in my cranium. But at the same time, I just know that the information that I've retained, the things that I know that I've taken it as a grain of salt and let go, there's a difference. The stuff that I retain is the stuff that I know has receipts. It has data behind it. It has documentation. It has real videos. And I will tell you the certain things that I'm 100% sure on, or possibly 5149, you know, until we know more information, right? I am kind of weirded out that Kash Patel said that, as far as I know, Epstein did kill himself. I was like, what? They still got to do the theater too, until they got all the information. They got to be careful with that, because some of those people might be, some of their close friends may have been out to Epstein's Shangri-Las. It's not just one island, by the way. Everybody thinks it was just one island. No, it was a lot of fucking places across the world. Anyway. All right. I want to say thank you for being here. I just need people to get a clue. You know, they just don't get it yet. And I think they don't want to get it. They want to be in that little angry hate place where fuck you, loser. That's helpful. Send me something that makes sense. Send me something that, you know, Tim Walz, who's running for vice president with Kamala Harris, once actually had tampons in men's bathrooms. Yeah. I just wrap that around your head a little bit. I mean, that couldn't have been one of the reasons why they lost, right? No, because, you know, men need to have tampons. Yeah, maybe she's just got some mental illness. I think that's basically what we're left with the Demoncratic Party supporters. I think most of them are just, they may have some illnesses mentally, and they may be, you know, opioid addicted people, or obviously they do the fentanyl, and they're really pissed off that Trump is getting rid of that. I'm being facetious, but what I am saying is, I think what's left of the Democratic Party is just some seriously meek, malleable, and obedient compliant people, and they just keep following it. Look, I will fucking, if Trump doesn't do what I want him to do, then there's nothing I can do because I already voted for him. Right? That's it. And whatever he's going to do, and this is what the Democratic Party really needs to understand. There's nothing you can do. You've already tried to kill him twice, haven't you? You've praised it. You were like waiting for it. You were hoping that somebody would do something, right? Just think that's a little nutty. As ridiculous and lame Joe Biden was during his presidency, there's no way in my mind I wanted somebody to shoot the fucking guy. He's a fellow American citizen. There's no, I wanted him in handcuffs because I knew he was a fucking criminal. He'll be pretty, or he'll be gone, or whatever. But there's nobody on that fucking side of the aisle that I want killed. You got to think about your thinking, man. You really got to think about your thinking. Right? I've never. Right? Yeah. You guys really need to be concerned about your thinking. And look back. Turn that camera on you. And think, it's not what Jesus would do, but it's like, what would a good person do? What would a rational, decent, good person do? Well, they would probably not want to try to kill the president or a president that's doing damage, right? He's just not. He hasn't done any damage to anything. Israel and Palestine is stopping. You guys don't know about that? Right? He stopped the Ukraine war, which is a big money laundering scam, but no. Anyway, thank you for being here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to say one last thing. There's somebody out there that used to be on this show a lot, and I think her voice is needed. And I'm telling anybody that knows who I'm talking about to get her back out there, because she does a really great job, and I don't think she needs to. I know she wants to. Because she was doing great. I don't understand why she stopped. I fucking tried, man. I tried to get her to fucking keep. I don't know. Maybe I should have just not. I should just. I don't know. I don't know. I wanted her to. She can still do it. She's still young. She's still pretty. She's still smart. She just needs to let out all the negativity. Just let it out. It's over. It's all in the past. Move forward. Just just do your thing. All right? You're welcome to come out here too, whoever you are. Just be respectful to the show and others. And let us know what you think. Aloha. Thank you for being here. This is James.